Good question. Any other? Yes, sir, in the back.
In 1983, when you were racing against a superior boat, you did a fabulous job at keeping it close. How did you do that?
In 1983, when we were involved against a tough boat, how did we keep it so close? Well, there was a fair amount of luck involved, honestly. And I've been trying to erase 1983 for a long time. I'm trying to push refresh, on the computer, trying to remember what happened to us. But I'll get to the answer now. The first race, they had some problems with their headboard carriage. We had halyard locks, and there was an intricate carriage that went up the mast, and the thing came out and locked the mast, the sail at the top of the mast. It didn't have a halyard that came down into the bottom and completed the halyard there. So they had some problems with their halyard lock, and the guy they sent up there to fix it broke his arm. So he's injured. They had to send another guy up there to get on the hook. So they were a little discombobulated, and they probably weren't at their best in the first race. And our boat was okay in 8 to 12. We were pretty much the same speed. So we were on the bottom end of our range. We got ahead of them, and so we beat them in that race. And then I'm not sure how. We got some good starts, and we got ahead 3-1, and then it was 3-2, and then it was 3-3, and we knew we were in trouble because they were fast. And the seventh race, we were tied 3-3, and it was whoever beat who for the America's Cup, and we got ahead, and we had about a minute lead at the top mark. It was a triangle. I think it was a triangle windward leeward, was it, in the finish? Kind of Olympic style course of the old days. And we got to the top mark, and the wind started going down, and they were very fast downwind because they had low wetted surface. And we knew they were going to be coming on us, and it wasn't really so much we could do, so we decided, well, we'll just stay in the middle of the course, at least stay where there's the most wind. And they took one side and came down with a little more pressure. I'm not sure if we screwed up or not. It's possible that if we just stayed in front of them and jived when they did, things could have turned out differently. We'll never know. But as it turned out, losing the cup was probably the best thing in the world for yachting. He got out of the America's Cup out of the grasp of the New York Yacht Club, and it had a whole new beginning, and probably the best thing that ever happened to me. I was just working for a living, and then I had a chance to expand my horizon and take up some other activities like raising the money, which was interesting. But keeping it close, it was just circumstances. It shouldn't have been as close as it was. They should have beat us like 4-1, something like that. Were you there, Mike, on the boat? What do you want? Do you remember any of it, or you blocked it all out? Huh? You want to tell him? He's shy. He's worried about how he's going to manage the dinner between the two girls. One of them beat the other one today, right? We don't know which one, but should we have them come up here? Okay. Any other? Is that enough? Is enough? Yes, sir. Does technology have too big a play? Probably not. No. It's more interesting having that aspect. For me, I prefer less technology because I was good at time and distance. I could look over there and say, well, we got 42 seconds to the starting line, and I was pretty good at it. So now on the boats, they have the time to go like 42 seconds to the start, and then they have the distance they have the time to the line at the speed you're going. So if you want to, it's not too hard to get up to the starting line if you can just read your estimates. Just make them match and you'll get there on time. So stuff like that. I think that the wind prediction also takes a little bit away from it. So you have 7 or 8 wind boats up the course, and you get all the wind data on both sides of the course as to what the conditions are and the direction. I think that takes a little bit of the sailing out of it, but it's a modern world. I mean, we're driving cars with automatic transmissions instead of standard transmissions. And I think moving ahead in the technology area is good. I think the carbon part of it was good. And certainly the sails, we've come a long way in the sails. And there's a lot of technology involved in the design of the sails. So that part's interesting. And I think it's good. All in all, the technology is good. I just hope that the computer doesn't start holding on to the steering wheel. Yes, sir. Oh, boy. I started sailing in a round-bottom dinghy that had lap strakes like a house. Is it called a dire dink? We didn't have sabots yet. I was after my time. And then I started crewing, and I never had any money, so I was the crew. But because I was relatively poor, I sailed with a lot of different people, and I found there was a lot of different ways to win the sailboat race. Some people I could see winning with the fastest boat, and some people I saw winning by just trying hard and practice. And like Lowell North, I think he's probably the best guy we ever had. He actually could figure out how to make the boat go faster. So he learned how to build the shape into the sails, and he knew where the gibleys should go, and he knew about weight aloft, that weight aloft made the boats pitch and heel over. He was the best sailor in 2000, like 1900 to 1999. He was the best, along probably with Paul Elvstorm, who just did it with natural ability. So there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat, and you can, if you have an aptitude that you like to just work hard and sail hard and hike and roll tack, and you can win that way, or you can win by being a little smarter and having a little better equipment. But the best sailor in the world can't win without a good boat, I can tell you that. It doesn't matter how good you are, you have to have some equipment that's on the par with the good guys, or else it's very frustrating, and you really can't be done. So pick your weapon. Anything else? Well, sail well, have a great time, and thanks for having me.
Thank you, Dennis. Dennis came from San Diego. Dennis is from San Diego, California, and I think he's heading back here tonight or tomorrow. So, Dennis, from all of us at